Okay, so for this question, we are number one, we are told to sketch the graph of y equals to 4x and y equals to x minus 1, x plus 2 on the same diagram. Okay, so given I'm just showing a solution from the GC, and if you were to use the GC to help you in your draw, you will see that y equals to 4x will be the one in blue, and y equals to x minus 1, x plus 2 will be the one in red. And if you observe this closely, right, you will see that the x coordinates of the point intersection, probably there's only one that's indicated, and the likelihood is going to be one more here and one more here. That's not going to be shown. So do be very careful if you're finding the point intersection. Don't just assume there's one, and you need to increase the window. So for here, I actually increase the y from negative 15 to positive 10 in order for me to observe that there are actually three intersections. Okay, so calculating the x coordinates of the point of intersection, all right, you can either go to a GC and use a calculate intersection function, all right, which will help you to calculate the find the basic the 3 points of coordinate. And you can see that here, while the coordinates are negative 3, basically x equals to negative 3, right? That is one of the point of intersection. The other one over here, right, would be x equals to 0, and the last one over here, right, basically is just x equals to 2. All right, just use the calculate intersection function from your GC. Okay, of course, if in this case the intersection actually integers, so it's very easy to calculate. Of course, if they ask for exact coordinates and your answer don't turn out pretty, it's better to use an algebraic method there to solve this, and this algebraically. Okay, and the second part is to find the area enclosed of the graphs. So area enclosed by the graph, as you observe, is basically this portion over here. We are looking at the part that's being enclosed, the left hand side as well as the right hand side. So how do we go about finding this? Okay, number one, we have to first identify which graph is below and which graph is on top. Okay, so looking at this graph, right, the one that's below, if you can see, right, this one, the one that's below, okay, is basically the x minus 1, x plus 2, and the one that's below, sorry, the one that's on top is, and the one that's below is y equals to 4x. Okay, so the area over here would be basically, okay, the on top minus below, it must be the graph on top, which is x minus 1, x plus 2, minusing off the graph that's below, y equals to 4x. From the interval, where will interval be? The interval will be from x equals to negative 3 all the way up to x equals to 0. Okay, so it will be from negative 3 to 0. And the next part would be to find the integral. Okay, again, we observe the right hand side. So here, okay, so let's say if I was to say that this is the one in green, this is the one in green, this is the one in green, and the one in yellow, okay, maybe I use the one in blue, it's going to be the one I'm going to write next. Okay, so if you observe the integral in blue, the graph that's above is y equals to 4x. Right, y equals to 4x, and the graph that's below, right, will be the x, basically the cubic graph, x plus 1, x plus 2, dx. Okay, and the intervals would be from x equals to 0 to x equals to positive 2, 0 to 2, which is from 0 to 2. Okay, now work this out. I mean, basically, if you were to use the GC, that's actually doable. Okay, if you're using a GC function, just be very careful that okay, it'll be good to split it into two. Okay, on the second note, remember that some portion you must use the absolute function. Okay, so I'll just go through not using the GC first. If I'm not going to use a GC, then basically what happens, I'm just going to write it down. This is the integral with the one in green. I can say that simplifying what I have, basically I have just simplify this, right? This will give me x cubed plus x squared minus 6x dx. I'm going to leave you to do the simplify by yourself, plus the integral of 0 to 2 minus x cubed minus x squared plus 6x dx. Okay, and next this will give me basically x cubed over 4 plus x cubed over 3 minus 6x squared over 2 from 3 to negative 3 to 0 plus integral of minus x4 over 4 minus x3 over 3 plus 3x squared 0 to 2. Okay, and just solve this out by yourself. This equals to 63 over 4 plus 16 over 3 equals to 253 over 12. Right, this is the exact value lah. Okay, this is the exact value. Okay, so if you're going to use a GC, just be careful because this you do not know who is above, who is below. It's always advisable that you use the absolute function. So if you're using a GC, I do take note that if you're going from negative 3 to 2 straight away, use the absolute function. Okay, use the absolute function just to make sure that you are always looking at the positive region. Okay, and GC should give you something like this answer 333,295. This is basically not exact lah. It's not exact. Okay, but there are two ways to go about it because the question did not say find the exact area. There's no mention of the word exact, so you can actually use the GC to solve the question. Okay.